Hey, welcome in everybody. This is Jared here with another vinyl record collection video. This is a very, very special one. I wanted to do an entire video just for this specific box set. It's Slaughter, The Wildlife, the Definitive Edition. Man, where do I start with this one? I will say, for starters, The Wildlife is one of my favorite records of all time. I am a big fan of that album, and I looked for it on vinyl for years, looking for an original. It came out in 1992, and it was just so hard to find. I couldn't find it in any record store, and it was even online, it was hard to find. They had some that were overseas on eBay, but I didn't want to fuck with that. I eventually finally found one, like, on eBay for like $200, and picked it up, and well, not picked it up, but had it shipped to me, and made a video, and it was just surreal finally getting the record. And then like days later I found another one, and I bought that one too for a pretty penny. So I had a sealed one and an open one, and was finally able to check that off my bucket list, even though I never found it in the actual stores. It's nice to finally get it and get two of them, and they're both original, and get it in my collection. It was just great. So fast forward a little bit. So a few years ago, Mark Slaughter was working with Kiss My Wax Records to release a box set for Slaughter's Fear No Evil. Not a huge fan of that record, but I was interested in the box set, ended up buying that, and I made a video on it. Great box set, and I was super stoked with it. And I was a little skeptical of Kiss My Wax Records because it took forever for them to like make it and produce it and then ship it out. But in hindsight, it was during COVID, so I believe them now for sure when they had so many delays. But at the time, I was definitely skeptical. And after I saw how good they did with that box set, and I saw that they were going to do one for The Wildlife, and I was immediately like, oh, 100% doing this. Not even a question. Definitely going to buy that. So I bought it immediately. I didn't want to take too long to buy it and then not be able to get exactly what I wanted. And it was $200. And I'll be honest with you all, they got it made and shipped out super quickly. It was around the mid to late 2023 when I actually received this in the mail. It was at my old house, and I'll be completely honest with you, I've had it for over a year and I have not opened it. Have not unboxed it out of the the shipping packaging, anything like that. You might be wondering, why the fuck did I not open it immediately? And I'll say a huge part of it was sheer intimidation. And I know that sounds like crazy maybe, but maybe some will understand. I love these box sets, but at the same time, there's so much content in them that it somewhat overwhelms me and kind of like stresses me out and gives me a little anxiety. Even though I love the stuff and I enjoy doing it, it just takes me a little bit of time sometimes to like kind of gain up the courage to do it, as stupid as that might sound, but just being honest with you. So yeah, it's been kind of just sitting here for a long time, and finally tonight decided to crack it open. I didn't want to do an unboxing video. I've never really done one of those. I kind of just like to spread everything out and just go one by one. So that's what we will do. So we're about 4 minutes in, and we're finally getting to it all. So I'm going to start with the top left. This is the actual box that it comes in. Really, really, really nice. It's large, and something I love about it is like the Slaughter logo on the album cover. It's actually like almost like I don't know if you can really tell. It's almost like a metallic kind of red, kind of shines extra more than it normally would on the regular album. But there's the cover, of course. There's the side. Let me get a better angle of this. Okay, we have that, Slaughter, The Wildlife, the Definitive Edition, Kiss My Wax Records. And then these are all numbered, only 500 of these ones made. I have number 317. Alright, So I will just slide that back in over here. Okay, that's in there. First thing you see when you open it up is the record itself. The definitive edition comes with autographs by the 3 original surviving members, Mark Slaughter, Dana Strum, Blas Elias. Rest in peace, Tim Kelly. There it is. Opening all this stuff up was just really surreal, and it almost made me emotional. It was just seeing all this stuff and, you know, forgetting what was supposed to be in the contents of this. Like, I opened it and I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that I got, you know, autographs from all these guys too. Like, caught me off guard. I had forgotten. But super, super cool. It's crazy. I went all those years without having a wildlife record, and now I have 3 of them. Really, if you would have told me that a few years ago, I would have been like, get the fuck out of here. Really unreal. Definitely going to display this in my room. Just so cool to see all 3 members signing it. There's Mark's signature, Dana Strum, Blas Elias. Man, I think about like Real Love. That's another great one. I definitely up in my, you know, top Slaughter songs of all time. And hell, I even got my girlfriend to like this song, and she's not even a rock fan. So that's another great one from this record that will always stick with me. Next, we have another record. It's the Wildlife Live. Super interested to hear some of these songs in like a really professional recorded platform, I guess you would call it. Like hearing songs like Reach for the Sky live, Do You Know, on such a, you know, HD, professionally recorded, like I said, platform. Super interesting. Unfortunately, I haven't seen anyone upload this particular record on YouTube or anything, and it's not on streaming platforms. So it's like, if you want to listen to the Wildlife Live, you literally have to get this this box set and this record. I don't know. I think there were multiple editions. This was the most expensive edition as far as this box set goes. So I don't know if this comes in the other editions. But this box set was $200 when I bought it. I don't even know if there's any left at this time. But, I mean, shit. Paying $200 for an original record. I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to pay $200 for a box set. Especially with how good the last one was. Then here we go. We have another record. This is Slaughter of the Wildlife demo tapes. Sorry, it's kind of difficult to do this with one hand, and it's hot as fuck in here. Okay, there's that. So those are all the records. Now I'm gonna scoot down here. Here we have a folder. There's the front. And you open it up, and you don't see this immediately because they have these papers in here and these pictures down here also. But I took them out so you could see. It's a nice shot of the band members. That's literally a Slaughter Wildlife folder, which I think is pretty fucking cool. Alright, so there's that. I could just imagine myself, like if I was a kid, I would fucking like go to school with this shit or something. I don't know if I actually would, but it's definitely a thought. Then, like I said, some of the contents in this folder, we have some press releases. These aren't like the legitimate press releases. Like, I think they're exactly what was released as far as the wording and everything, but these are like copies is what I'm trying to say. just talking about the new album and the tour dates and stuff like that. Nothing in Florida. I was interested to see. They were talking about opening up for Ozzy at this time, and I thought that was interesting because one of my last videos, I was showing how I got some new Ozzy records. One thing I did notice, they had June 27th, Maryland Heights, Missouri, Riverport Amphitheater. So this would have been almost 1 year after the riot at the Guns N' Roses show at that same exact venue. So there's that. Okay, and then move over here. We have a fucking wildlife slip mat, which is super fucking cool. They really thinking outside of the box with some of this stuff. Then we'll move over. Actually, we'll do that last. Let's go down here real quick. So more contents in that folder I showed you. Some still shots of the band. Really nice still shots for sure. And black and white. Speaking of black and white, I said it in one of my recent videos. Black, white, and red is my favorite color combination. And as you can see, this album has a lot of that. And then we'll go over here. They give you a sticker along with a couple buttons. I did have to open up this package so I could display these better. Otherwise, nothing else has really been opened. And we'll go over here. As far as the contents goes, we'll end with this. Sorry, my dog is very indecisive. So it comes with this huge booklet. It has tons of content. I'll just kind of turn it like this. Tons of content. Pictures of the band members. Once again, rest in peace, Tim Kelly. Great guitar player. This picture I thought was really interesting. I'm a diehard Guns N' Roses fan, and this shirt immediately rang a bell for me. I actually used to wear that same exact shirt all the time back in the early 90s, in the Use Your Illusion tour. It wasn't a long sleeve though. Got some lyrics for the songs and stuff, more pictures of course, just still shots. Cool coloring on some of this stuff. Thought it was cool. They really showed the tapes and just some of the written lyrics on some of the songs. Mark Slaughter. Mark Slaughter, I think, was really the catalyst behind getting these box sets out there, and I really appreciate the work that he did on these box sets, along with of course, Kiss My Wax Records that he was doing it through. Just fantastic work. They did not gyp you. It was worth every penny. Some of these artists come out with these box sets and it's there's hardly anything in it and they'll just take all your money. But no, he really put a lot of time and effort into this. Great pictures. Another black and white shot. Danish Drum kind of looks like Jerry Cantrell. I never really realized that. Got the wildlife. I almost said gong in the background. Just more stuff. Got a picture of one of the set lists and one of the what is that? A party pass on 420. More buttons, guitar picks. This is something I think is interesting. This is the Wildlife home video. This is kind of a different version of it, an Asian version. The Wildlife home video, this is one of the big reasons why I'm into this album so much, is someone uploaded the home video on YouTube, and it was just kind of a documentation of them making the album, and it was just so interesting. I just love so many of the songs on here. I mean, Reach for the Sky, the title track, Do You Know? Times They Change. I love using that phrase all the time. And what a great way to end this booklet. I just love that picture with the credits underneath and everything. There's that. Something else about this album that I think is interesting, for me at least. So the way I'll come back around to it in a second, but I actually heard Slaughter before I was really into them. I played this game, this NASCAR game. It was like, I don't know if it was NASCAR or the game 2011 or NASCAR the game Inside Line, something like that. But they had the Wildlife song on there. I never really did anything for me. But later on, years later, I got into Kiss, which got me into Vinnie Vincent Invasion, which got me into Slaughter. And then when I was listening to Slaughter, I heard the Wildlife song. I was like, oh my God, I know this song. I heard that on the NASCAR game. And then I fell in love with the song. But, man, once again, just so surreal. And it's just incredible just looking at all this stuff. Once again, I think Mark Slaughter and the whole crew, Kiss My Wax Records, the whole band did a great job. So awesome. Just getting all the autographs and just all the content you get here. Like I said, worth every penny. So I am really, really thankful. And, it's one of the coolest things in my collection for sure. Hope you all enjoyed. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.